Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
Today, we're going to talk about an article that says that the WNBA is going to lose 40 million, and the NBA owners are losing their patience. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next videos. So, Rob, the NBA owners are supposedly losing their patience, but I'm saying now, after 28 years, is they losing their patience now? Like this 1 year when they finally have increased revenue and an increased contract for TV rights, now they're losing their patience after 28 years.
Well, what do they say? Better late than never. Was that what they say?
Right. Well, I don't know. The ownership percentage has me totally confused because I keep reading different things. Because I read recently they own 42%, and there's 16% investors and 42% somewhere else. And now this article says something different. This article is from the New York Post. So, anyways, they lost 40 million. It was 50 million forecasts, which I'll go over in a minute because that made no sense. Anyways, they said that the NBA owns nearly 60% of the league. And when one combines the NBA owners and personal stakes in WNBA teams, that amounts to 75%. So apparently there's some ownership in the WNBA teams separate from the NBA. And then the NBA puts money into it. And then they got some outside investors last year of 16%. So I guess that's what all comes around. But it's very confusing.
We kind of predicted that, even though with flash in the pan, Caitlin Clark coming into the league, that the revenues might increase.
Right, but they were only getting 60 million for the television rights, and now they're going to get 2.2 billion. And so they're going to get a lot more money, but they haven't seen that money yet. So what do they expect? That's for starting next season.
Right.
And it talks about how they expanded the regular season and playoffs for next year, and they're going to get more money for that. But that means, they've supposedly lost 10 million a year, and they lost 40 million this year. I know they increased their expenses because they got charter flights, but that was only 25 million. And Caitlin Clark brought in way more than 25 million. So I don't understand how they lost more money than they did last year. As I'm confused by that.
Yeah, I don't know who's handling the money, but I think they need to get into the accounting office there.
Well, I think, Rob, the 10 million is inaccurate. I think they try to minimize the amount of money they lose. In other words, they lose money, and everybody knows they're losing money. They don't want to say they're gaining money, so they minimize the amount they're losing. In other words, they are embarrassed by the fact that they lost more than 10 million per year every year up until this, and they minimize it by saying it's only 10 million because nobody's seen the numbers. I think they've been lying about the 10 million per year, and that's why this 40 million is why they lost this much, because I think they've been losing that much all along.
Right, and finally came to. Oh, by the way, actually, we lost 40 million. Actually, not 10 million.
Right. So according to this article, some NBA owners want more transparency from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver about when they will get to see some return from the suddenly popular WNBA. Well, they know when it's going to be starting next year when they get the new TV rights, and they're going to get more fans next year based upon the fact that they got a lot more fans this year, and Caitlin Clark is going to continue to be in the league, hopefully.
Right.
So I don't understand. I think this is just an article to write an article. So, but I think they've been misleading people all along in terms of how much money they've been losing, and that's really what this is all about.
Oh yeah.
Is they talked about WNBA financials, including detailed reports on revenue expenses, are shared with both the NBA's and WNBA's board of governors, said NBA spokesman Mike Bass. So I don't know why they wanted more transparency. They're saying they give it. He said this is somewhat BS, and they are consolidating it with NBA financials. By consolidating numbers, you don't have to break out any of them. So I don't know.
So they know that they're losing. So they know that they're losing money. They know what's. So what is their deal? So they have access to.
I don't know. According to this, there's a bunch of owners who see Dolan as their hero for pressing Silver on these questions, but Silver's not giving us any answer.
The Knicks
Well,
owner. The Knicks owner. Him. Oh, Mr. Dolan. Oh,
right. That's New
don't
York
get me
Knicks.
started.
James Dolan has been pushing
Yeah,
behind the scenes, supposedly.
don't get me started on him, please. But this year, I have to say.
Right. So I don't know what's going on, Rob, but all we know is that they're going to make more money next year because you can tell that it's growing, and it's because of Caitlin Clark. But of course, no one's going to give her credit for that.
No, it's because of the finals, Mark. The finals.
Yeah. So I don't know why this is like suddenly coming up now when they know that this year indicates that they're finally going to be able to turn the corner. So,
Right.
yeah, sure, there was more revenue this year, but it's the first year. So, I mean, how can you be that impatient? It's not like this was a big growth 5 years in a row. Where's our money? It just
Right.
happened, and the television contract hasn't even happened yet.
Right.
So, I'm confused by this article. I think it was just an article to write an article.
It seems like they were just put it out there because I'm like, they already know this is going to improve next year. So why are they complaining or worried about it? I don't understand what I don't understand where they're coming from.
Well, they went from like 60 million to 2.2 billion in the TV rights. So that alone, right there, they should make a profit next year. If they only lost 40 millions, that should be enough to make a profit next year. In addition to the increased revenue from additional seats in the stadiums, mainly because of Caitlin Clark, and they actually charge more per ticket now than they used to. Because I remember looking at the ticket sales before she declared that she was going to leave college and enter her name in the draft. The ticket sales, Rob, were only like $20 a game, and right after she declared, they went up to $200, and then ended up selling somewhere between that. So, yeah. So they got a lot more per seat this year, in addition to more seats. So they did get a lot more revenue this year. But again, $25 million for the charter flights is a lot.
Well, so. I wish I could lose $40 million in my job and then still have my job.
But it still makes no sense because someone estimated that Caitlin Clark brought in over $100 million more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like I said, I'm not a math major like you, but
that's what I'm told. Based upon the number of tickets she sold, both in away games and home games, that was 50 to 60% of the additional tickets that were sold this year. So plus the increased price, someone figured out it's more than 100 million just because of Caitlin Clark. So I don't know why they lost money. So that's why I'm confused about.
Yeah,
so the additional expenses was only 25 million. So that doesn't make any sense because let's say they lost 10 million a year. That means they would have lost 35 million. If they made over 100 million, they should have made at least 65 million.
Right, 65 million.
So I'm confused by that too as an owner. But that's because I think they're lying about how much money they were losing each year.
Losing it, yeah.
That's what I think this amounts to.
Show me the money. Show me the money.
All right, so we'll see what happens next year. Maybe they'll finally turn a profit. Let us know what you think down below. If they can make a profit next year, we'll see. I don't know when they get the television money. It should start next year, maybe at the end of the year. So that means that should be part of the year. Mm-hmm. So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next videos. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you want to join Rob and I for our live show on Monday, we're going to talk about this and Caitlin Clark, and we're going to talk about the football, both college and the NFL this weekend. And it's pretty cool. It's every Monday, except for major holidays, 6 to 8 Eastern time, and you can call in for that show. And if you want to donate to this channel, there's super chats and super thanks down below, and there's a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.